What is up, guys? Mike here with Stephanie. And once again, we got our caffeine boost.
Of course.
Today, we will be reviewing the Jurassic World. We saw it in IMAX.
Yeah,
It was
IMAX
awesome.
3D, which I can't really see because my.
I was gonna make a dirty joke there. The movie was, I'd say, it was phenomenal.
It was pretty friggin' awesome.
Pretty friggin' awesome.
Yeah. Definite summer blockbuster, but a good one.
It was actually
Yeah.
a good one. You know, like last year we had Ninja Turtles and we had Transformers, and they didn't have much heart or story development or character development.
Just pure action.
Yeah, it was just like mutants or machines fighting each other. This one, there was violence, but there was a lot of character growth as well.
There were a good focus on the characters. Good focus on the characters.
It was a very good focus on the characters. I feel like this was almost like a subtle PETA hint too, because it talked about like respecting the animals too.
Oh, I thought you said that. I thought you meant like PETA from the Hunger Games. I'm like, okay, where are you going with this?
Yeah, no. The thing with this movie is it's canon with the first one, not the following.
Well, like there was like a hint, like just of names from the second one, like InGen, like the they were in the second movie because I just recently watched it, so I remember.
Right.
And there's a little Jeff Goldblum book in the control room.
Right.
Other than that, like they're just making references back to the first one.
Right.
So you don't even need to see the second or the third too.
And the thing with this movie was it does a good job of contrasting from the first to the fourth how society has grown to want bigger and better, because that is what they're talking about. Society doesn't want to just see dinosaurs anymore. We got those over 20 years ago. Now we want to see something cool, something scary, something big, something new.
Something exciting.
So they start creating their own dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And what I did like though was that the doctor ended up saying, because there is a problem with, like, the raptors would have had like feathers. They would have looked very different.
Yeah.
And he actually made a point of saying, if we weren't genetically modifying these things, they would look very different. So he subtly covered the bases of this is why we're not making them look feathered and whatever.
Yeah. Because we want to appeal to our audiences. This is what our audiences want to see. And it's just like when we're going to see the movie, we want to see big things. We want to see like these crazy CGI things. We want to see stuff that looks real and stuff we haven't seen before.
Right.
And that's what this delivers. Like obviously the first Jurassic Park, they had dinosaurs, which was awesome. And we're like, cool, dinosaurs.
Yeah, now we've seen that 3 times. We need something new, something bigger. So they made something terrifying.
Yeah, they made huge park.
Yeah.
All these different dinosaurs, all these different areas for dinosaurs.
Right.
Pretty awesome. It felt like an actual theme park, which was the point.
Well, and then the thing with the story, like we were just talking about, they did a great job of combining multiple stories. There were, how many, 3 would you say?
I'd say 3, maybe 4. The fourth one kind of came in a little later with the bad guy.
Right.
But
oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were multiple stories going on. They did a very good job of developing all of them in their own right and then combining them at the end.
And they didn't take too long on like different parts. They actually it felt like they spent an equal amount of time for each story, and then they developed them equally, and then they all, like you said, all came together at the end, and it worked.
And it all made sense. Yeah, it was like all the puzzle pieces landed. I guess they have had a very long time to develop this movie.
Yeah.
But even still, there's movies that are in development for a very long time and they don't piece together as well as this did. I felt like this was very cohesive and everything.
Especially for an action movie.
Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't walk out of that thinking it was missing something. Like Transformers 1, there was a lot of heart. I actually wanted to see the next one.
Yeah.
After the other two, it was like, okay, well that's more action, more transforming.
It's like Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Spider-Man 2, they brought too much.
Right.
And they didn't develop it enough, and look what happened.
And the first Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
Well,
God.
And then we got to talk about the chemistry Chris Pratt had with what's-her-face.
Can Chris Pratt, he has chemistry with everyone.
Because he's a charismatic
Because
person.
he's so, he's like me.
Yeah, that's true. She's got a lot of charisma.
I don't have the body of Chris Pratt, but I mean, whatever. It's fine.
Well, we're going to work on that.
Work on it.
But they had a lot of chemistry. His character was smooth.
He was!
Some of the things he said, I'm like, that is pushing it for a PG-13 movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I really enjoyed their chemistry. I thought, like you said earlier, that their passionate kiss was very poorly timed.
Yeah, because there's all these dinosaurs flying in, killing people, and they're like, you know what? Now's the time to make out.
Let's have a smooch, yeah.
Let's just make out. And then, it came out of nowhere and it lasted for too long. You're like, hey, people are dying.
People are like pterodactyls flying right around you. What are you doing?
I'm surprised they didn't get Like,
that would have been amazing. That would have been hilarious.
Not today.
I kind of thought she was gonna die. Spoiler: she doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, well let's talk about the deaths in this movie.
Like you were saying earlier,
like it's pushing PG-13.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, another spoiler: the main girl that's with the kids.
Right, their handler.
Their handler, yeah. She, like, I predicted at the beginning, like, I have a feeling she's gonna get like swooped away and die. No.
She doesn't just get swooped.
She gets like thrown in water like 8 times.
Yeah, they're drowning her and then just nommed by one dinosaur.
Yeah, that huge dinosaur just goes clump and just devours her, and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah,
and
it was like, gruesome. She's screaming the whole time.
Yeah, like she's literally getting flown around in the air. They were like passing her off, and then they threw her in the water, and she's drowning, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, some of the deaths in this movie really push it. Even some of the dinosaurs, like one of the raptors gets tossed into a fire.
Yeah, and just shish kebab, and I was like, oh my god.
It was just so dark, and
and the Indominus Rex obviously is going to be a brutal dinosaur, but like.
I think they did a fantastic. End of spoilers, by the way. I think they did a great job of making that thing terrifying.
What? Okay, here's what I said when we were watching it. Like,
I said end of spoilers, so don't spoil anymore.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Okay.
Because there's one part in the jungle, you know which part? Yeah, and then that happens, and I'm like, okay, that's freaking terrifying.
Yeah, that I jumped a bit.
But everything else, I'm kind of like, it's not that scary looking. It's like, the qualities it has is scary.
Right.
But the look itself, I'm like, Tyrannosaurus is still a little bit more scary.
No, I thought the Tyrannosaurus looked like a softie compared to that thing.
Because it has little arms?
It's got little arms. This thing had like bigger arms.
It's true, the swiped it.
Everything about it was big, bad, scary. I liked the fight for control about this movie because Chris Pratt's trying to control dinosaurs, but he's trying to tame them. He's trying to be their friend. You've got some people trying to manufacture dinosaurs as weapons.
Yeah.
Then you've got a giant dinosaur trying to control other dinosaurs and become their alpha.
Yeah.
It felt very How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Just with more violence.
Yeah, more violence.
I mean, I can see that.
Well, what would you rate this movie?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
I'd say like an 8.8.
I'd give it an 8, like a solid 8.
Yeah.
It was good, and by all means, it had the development.
Yeah.
It
had the throwbacks too.
Had a story. It had a throwback.
And like not that many throwbacks that it was like, okay, enough. It was like 3 to 4 throwbacks, and you're like, I appreciate
it's
that.
almost like they were referring to an actual event.
Yeah, which
they were,
yeah.
right. So everything about it felt very cohesive and melded together very well, and I was happy with this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. One of the better summer blockbusters. Yeah. For sure.
Considering summer just started, that's easy to say. Better than Jupiter Ascending, so I'm sorry for that movie. Alright, so that is our Jurassic World review. Have a good one, guys. See y'all later.
Bye.